Now let's show you how to run a transaction using your card reader that came with your application. What you want to do first, and we're going to show our description, and we're going to say that our customer is purchasing some flowers from us. You'll type in flowers in the description. You can do up to 50 characters in your description field, and it does not matter what you type in there. Tap done. We'll put in an amount. We'll put in, this is just a small bunch of flowers, and we'll put in they were $5. Again, because you had tax enabled previously when you did your setup, it automatically calculates the tax for that as $5.35. At this point, you'll want to swipe your credit card. And you'll notice that you can do tax. You'll also notice that tips is enabled, and because this was a transaction under $10, Smart Tips is enabled, so they can tip in whole dollar amounts. We're not going to take a tip at this point, but we will ask our customer to sign for the transaction. Tap on Complete Purchase. We'll say that they want an email receipt. We'll email the receipt to them. And then tap Done, and then tap on Send Receipt. And your transaction is completed. You'll notice that you now have a receipt was sent to your customer, a receipt sent to yourself. Again, we're using the same email address. The date, the item that was selected from your description, which was flowers, the receipt number, the credit card, last 4 digits, the subtotal of the transaction, the sales tax that was added, and the grand total for $5.35. Once you're complete, tap Done, and you're ready to begin taking your next transaction. In this section, we're going to show you how to take a payment by entering the card numbers manually when you are taking a transaction over the phone or you don't have your card reader with you. With the app, you also have the ability to accept transactions manually. You may want to do this if you're accepting a payment over the phone or if you don't happen to have your card reader with you when you want to make a sale. To start, simply tap and make sure you're accepting the payment that you wish. In this case, we'll tap back to credit card, and then type in the amount that you wish to charge. In this case, we're going to say it's $10. Again, notice that tax is automatically calculated for you since we enabled that earlier. Tap on the amount icon, and here you're ready to manually enter in your card data. Now, manually key in the credit card number that the customer has provided you, either over the phone or in person. Then tap on the expiration date. Tap on the CVV field. That will be on the back of the credit card. And then tap on the zip code and provide the zip code of the customer. Tap on Continue. Again, you'll notice that because we had Smart Tips enabled and this transaction was under $10, if the customer would like to leave a tip, they can do so in whole dollar amounts. We're not going to do a tip this time. If the customer is in front of you, they can sign for the transaction. If not, you can simply tap the screen and bypass it if it's a transaction done over the phone. We're going to say our customer's in front of us and you just didn't have your card reader. We'll tap Complete Purchase. We'll tap on an email address. We'll say that the customer does want to have an email receipt sent to them. Tap Send Receipt. And there you'll have a receipt. Again, you'll notice that a receipt was sent, and you'll see the email address of the person who received the receipt. Also, you'll notice that because I had this set up to send a receipt to myself as the merchant, and I used the same email address in both cases, you'll see that also there was a receipt sent to myself, the date, the receipt number, the credit card, the last 4 digits of the credit card that was used, the subtotal of the transaction, the sales tax, and then finally the total. Once you're done, simply tap Done in the upper right-hand corner, and you're ready to begin to take another transaction. In this section, we're going to show you how to take a payment when you're accepting cash for a customer's purchase. One of the great new features of the app is the ability to track cash sales to get a better overall picture of your overall sales history. To do that, simply tap on the credit card icon, tap on Cash, and you're ready to start. After doing that, tap in the amount that the customer is paying you. You'll notice that even though we tapped in $5, it shows up as $5.35. This is because we enabled tax earlier during our setup, and tax is automatically calculated for you. Ready to go next, tap on the amount, and then if the customer would like to add a tip to this, you can do this. And since this amount is under $10 and we enabled Smart Tips earlier in our settings, you'll notice that the tip amounts are in whole dollar amounts. We'll go ahead and add $1 for a tip. Then we'll go to Done with Tip. Amount tendered, we'll say the customer gave us a $10 bill. You'll notice the change is automatically calculated for you, and you tap on Complete Purchase. If the customer would like to have an email receipt of their purchase, you can tap on Email Receipt here and type in their email address, and it would send the receipt automatically to your customer. By the same token, you can also use a mobile number and text the receipt to your customer, and notice it does tell you that message and data rates may apply. In this case, we're going to go to No Receipt. We'll tap No Receipt here. This is in case your customer does not wish to have a receipt. It will process the sale and print it out for you. One of the things it'll tell you is no receipts were sent. It'll give you the date. It'll tell you the subtotal of the amount, the sales tax that was added, the tip that was added, and the total amount for the cash sale, how much was tendered, and the change that was due. And that's all there is to it. When you're ready to go, simply tap Done, and you're ready to accept your next payment. In this section, we're going to show you how to take a payment by selecting the item the customer wishes to buy from the inventory list you've entered. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to run a transaction using your items list that you created earlier. To get to your items list, simply pull down on the tab and expose the items list. You'll also notice that we're running a cash transaction here. I'd already had that set up, but again, just tap on that to switch between cash and credit card. And now for the items list, I'm going to simply tap on Add Item. You notice we have 4 items here already populated in our inventory. We're going to select flowers. And again, it's automatically calculated. The flowers cost $15, but because we had tax enabled, it's automatically calculating the amount of $16.05. If you'd like to add other items at this point, you can simply tap on those items and they would automatically be added as well. But we're going to say our customer only wants to buy a bouquet of flowers and tap on Done. You'll notice here the flowers are there. There's a picture of the flowers that we added when we set up our inventory. And you'll also see the number 1 right there for the number of flowers that the customer is buying. In this case, the bouquet that the customer is buying. If you tapped on that, you can actually increase the amount of bouquets. In this case, we've added a second bouquet of flowers. And again, the app will automatically calculate that out for you and give you the new price of $32.10. If you don't want to do the second bouquet, simply do the swipe, remove the item, and you're back down to your original amount. So you have 1 bouquet for $16.05. Simply tap Next. Again, the customer could add a tip. Just to show you, if you tapped on tip, it would show up there. And notice because this transaction is over $10, Smart Tips is not enabled, and now if the customer does wish to tip you, it would be in percentages. We say we don't want to get a tip in this case, but we do want to do an amount tendered, and we'll say that the customer is paying with a $20 bill. And you'll see that change is automatically calculated for you, and we'll simply tap on Complete Purchase. We'll say the customer does wish to have an emailed receipt sent to them. You'll type in the email receipt, tap Done here, tap on Send Receipt, and your transaction is finished. A receipt has been sent to your customer and to yourself. Again, I'm using the same email address. The date, flowers is listed. Again, you notice that you see the picture, also the total number, in this case 1 bouquet. You'll have the subtotal, sales tax, the fact that it was a cash sale, the amount tendered, and the change offered. After you're done, simply tap on Done, and you're ready to begin taking your next transaction.